Well, of course, it's turning fall in the Hocking Hills, and what a great time to visit the Hocking Hills, find a cabin down there, and some things to do. We visit a great winery over towards the Circleville area, and we visit my friend Pat Rooney and Sundowner Aviation and actually get a look at the Hocking Hills from the air. Stay with us. You don't want to miss 1 minute of today's show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
You know, the Hocking Hills is certainly home to some beautiful cabins, and I'm telling you, the one that we found today is certainly no exception to the rule. And you talk about amenities, this place is amazing. We talked to Valerie Frida from Cabins by the Caves, and this is the woman you're going to want to know because she has a hot setup for all the cabins here in the Hocking Hills. You're the lady to know down here if you're looking for a cabin.
Well,
how many are you managing now and own?
I own 7, and we have a total of 33 cabins in our portfolio to offer visitors to the Hocking Hills.
Yeah, fantastic. And, of course, there's always room for more down here.
Absolutely.
And that's the subject of the day. We're here at one that is new in your portfolio, so let's talk a little bit about this one.
Okay, this is the High Point Lodge, and we're really excited about this property. This property will house up to 26 guests very comfortably. We have 9 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. There are 3 great rooms. There's a bar, pool table, shuffleboard, play equipment for the kids, a little bit of something for everybody, hot tub, and most uniquely, we do have an indoor pool here as well.
You can swim year-round here, right?
That's exactly right.
Who typically rents a cabin that'll house 26 people?
We get a lot of families that want to come, maybe 2 families that come together, or people looking to have a family reunion, maybe celebrating a special event, 50th wedding anniversary, 40th birthday party, and they need space, and this has got 6,500 square feet to accommodate them with.
Talk a little bit about the renovation, because this has been completely redone, and I got to tell you, walking through here with you, it is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. This brings past and present together very nicely. It has a lot of the old log hand-hewn original cabin that was here, mixed with the contemporary and contemporary furnishings throughout. Makes for a very lovely experience. It's also very centrally located, so if they want to get to a restaurant or they want to hike, we can get to the parks easily, grocery stores. We also have a couple chefs that can come and prepare dinners for family if they're looking to get away and don't want to have the hassle of who's going to cook what.
I looked at the dining room table in there. What we said we could set 20 comfortably at that?
20 at that custom-made dining room table. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I know we're in the season where the leaves are changing and all that, and everybody tells me it's still hard to find places down there. What's your advice?
I would recommend booking at least in the summer if you're getting into fall. And with opening a place like this, what's going to start happening is a lot of times people will book up to a year in advance when they know they have a place that can accommodate their group. Say, for example, Christmas or Thanksgiving. They want to reserve. A lot of times they'll stay and they'll reserve for next year already. But we will take bookings up as much as a year in advance.
Well, Valerie, give us some contact information so that people can get a hold of you so they can get something down here.
Absolutely. This is Cabins by the Caves, and you can reach us at 877-322-2283.
And what's that website?
www.cabinsbythecaves.com.
Valerie, thanks so much for being on the show. Always good to see you.
All right,
Thank you.
You too.
Well, with visiting the Hocking Hills, glass of wine might sound great, and we are at Manchester Winery. This place is fantastic. They make their own wine, and it's all crafted wine. It's beautiful, and they have little plates as well of cheese and things that you can get, and what a great visit to make here while you're visiting the Hocking Hills. We talked to Patrick and learn more. Tell us a little bit about your winery, and how many years have you had this, and when did you get started?
So we started making wine here in 2011. We had some ownership change. We have new ownership now, and we make wines here by hand. We handcraft them, and maybe we can show you a little bit about that.
These wineries that are cropping up, you would never consider Ohio as being wine country when you think about Napa Valley and that. What do you say about that?
That's funny. At one point in our country's history, Ohio was the largest wine producer in the nation. So it's really just kind of redoing things that were done here originally.
Give us a little of how the process works. What is that process for making wine?
Okay, so we get our grapes. They come in from local vineyards that we contract with ahead of time. The grapes come here, or we haul them. Sometimes we have to go pick them. We bring them here and we process them. The processing includes, we run them through our destemming machine, which crushes the grapes, takes them off the stems. Then they either go directly into the press or they go into a fermentation vat, depending on what kind of wine we're making. After that, then they go into either stainless steel tanks or oak barrels for aging. And then after they age for the right amount of time, depending on the kind of wine, then they are bottled and labeled, and then we pour them and sell them here at the winery.
So we're in a tasting room right now, and so give me an example of how this all works during the week, or how people come in and taste the wines.
So we're open for business 4 days a week. During our hours, people just come in, they stop in and taste wine, and they can buy wine by the glass, they can buy bottles of wine to enjoy on site, and they can also take bottles of wine with them when they go.
Well, Patrick, give us some contact information where people can find you here in the Pickaway, Fairfield County area.
So our address is Circleville. We're 13160 Tarleton Road, Circleville, Ohio. And we're really near the village of Tarleton is what we're really close to. And we're also very close to Laurelville, about 10 minutes away. And our phone number is 845-893-8724. Our website is www.manchesterhill.com.
Fantastic. Patrick, thanks so much for having us out and seeing your great winery here.
All right. Thank you very much for coming.
Well, you can go to points unknown in your own plane by earning a private pilot's license. We had an opportunity to come down to Sundowner Aviation once again, see our friend Pat Rooney, and he took us up, showed us the Hocking Hills and how easy it is to obtain a pilot's license. This time of year in the Hocking Hills, of course, we're doing a Hocking Hills show. The leaves are changing. It's a beautiful time to learn how to fly, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great time to learn how to fly. It's cooler, it's more comfortable, and there's plenty to see. I mean, the leaves are just starting to turn. The next 2 weeks are going to be really nice to look at, and the winds are down, calmer. It's just a great time to fly.
You've taught a lot of people to fly. This prop kind of illustrates that, doesn't it?
That's right. I mean, this is a prop that we got off of one of our airplanes that we had to, when we inspected it, it didn't pass, so we had to replace it. So we put it up here, we built the stand, and then all these names are people that have graduated from here.
They're making it a lot easier to get in the air today, aren't they, compared to yesterday?
You can do the light sport training, right, but the regular private pilot is about the same as it's always been. Medical has gotten a little easier. They've gotten a little more reasonable, I would say, about that. But everything else is pretty much the same.
Walk me through sport, private pilot, and your requirements as you go.
All right. Basically, it's an hours thing. Sport pilot is 20 hours. Private pilot is 40 hours. After you got your private, you need about another 35, 40 hours to get your instrument. And then you need to have 250 hours to get your commercial. Right after your commercial, you can get your instructor. And at 1,500 hours, you get your ATP and you go fly for the airlines.
How far can you go here?
You can go all the way up to ATP. We can give you the airplane training for ATP. we can't give you the ATP class. You're going to have to go somewhere specialized for that.
What's the first thing that they would do if they wanted to learn to fly?
Well, the first thing they do is call us and make an appointment, come down. Normally, we start out with just a discovery flight where we go out and fly, see if you like it, make sure you don't get motion sick or anything like that, and you'll find that everybody finds that they like it. And then we come back and we see if they're really interested, and then we set them up and we put them in the scheduler, we show them the books they need, and we start scheduling them for the next flight and give them the things that they need to read to start learning.
Before you know it, you're soloing, right?
Oh, that's right. I mean, most of the guys solo. We solo people in as little as 6 hours, and some people, but the average is about 10 to 11 hours, and that's what all those shirts are up there. All those people that solo, their dates and time, and it's a special time for them.
Yeah, they cut their shirt tail off, right?
That's right, and that comes from an old historical stuff when the airplanes were front and back, and they didn't have all the electronic stuff. The instructor sat behind them and held their shirt tails and showed them which way to turn by how they pulled on their shirt tails. And so when they go solo now, you cut off their shirt tails, because that means they don't need an instructor to fly anymore.
I tell you, of course, I'm a pilot and I love aviation. It's real close to my heart, and I don't think there's anything like the freedom of having a pilot's license and being able to go out and fly.
Oh, no. I mean, the freedom is just great, and the views are outstanding. The people are fabulous. I mean, I just can't say enough about aviation and the good things that have happened in my life and a lot of other people's lives because of aviation.
Let's get some folks down here, teach them how to fly. So give us some contact information, Pat.
All right, you can call Sundowner Aviation at 740-654-7001, and our website is sundowneraviation.com. Come on down and take a flight and look at the leaves.
Well, yeah, if you're coming to the Hocking Hills to check out the leaves or maybe get a cabin for the weekend, you're always looking for that great food. And we've got a couple places that we're going to show you in this segment. One is Millstone Barbecue, which has been on the show an awful lot, and I endorse their barbecue wholeheartedly. It is delicious, but also a new place that they have that is called the Hungry Buffalo. And it's kind of a sports bar atmosphere, great place to eat as well. We had an opportunity to talk to Tony and Mandy and learn more about both these places. Talk a little bit about the menu here at Hungry Buffalo.
It's a little bit different than what you'd find at your normal sports bar. We have our own homemade chips, also several different burgers, say a breakfast burger with a waffle and an egg. We also have a food challenge, so if you can eat the 3-pound hamburger with 16 slices of bacon, 6 onion rings, and a pound of potato chips, you can have the burger for free, and we'll give you a T-shirt as well. How
long has Hungry Buffalo been open? And this is the same owner of Millstone, right?
Correct. Yeah, we opened August 17th. Been enjoying business since then, and it's great. Love the area and the location.
What are the hours of Hungry Buffalo so people can stop by and see when they're coming down to see the beautiful leaves here in the Hocking Hills?
We open at 11 a.m. and we close at 9:30 Sunday through Thursday and 10:30 on Friday and Saturday.
And give us that contact information.
740-380-0080.
Well, we're going to head over to the Millstone and check that place out. I absolutely love this place. It's a great place to visit if you're coming down to check out the leaves. So give our viewers a little sense of what they're going to find on the menu.
We really focus on barbecue, southern smoked and Kansas City style. A little bit of wide variety on the menu, actually, but we really focus on the ribs, brisket, which is my personal favorite, the pulled pork, smoked turkey. We also do have steaks. We have an excellent salmon, a lot of very fresh meats and fresh food.
I know you have a lot of events. I know Bike Night just ended down here in the Hocking Hills, but you still have other nights that you got things going on, right?
Yes, absolutely. And like you said, Bike Night is every Tuesday throughout the summer. That one just ended due to the season. But we still have a Monday's Wing Night, specials for the kids on Wednesdays. And usually, we do a lot of different craft beer tap takeovers and things like that throughout the season. So stuff to keep an eye on.
You guys have a nice variety of craft beer. And I believe you rotate them, is that right?
We do, absolutely. We try to focus a lot on local breweries, of course, because there are so many excellent ones in Ohio. We have been using a lot with Two Tones, Rheingeist, Jackie O's, some of those. But of course, we also feature other, throughout the states, some of the better ones, higher rated beers, and really focus on bringing quality to the area.
Well, you know what? If you're coming to the Hocking Hills, you got some great eating down here between Hungry Buffalo and Millstone. I'm sure it's got something for everyone's taste.
We do. Now that we've added Hungry Buffalo to our area here, that it gives us a lot of options. With them really focusing on the sports and us, on the more of the tourism, the home feel there. So it's more of an area to come to for multiple reasons now, not just the leaves.
Exactly. We'll give us some contact information where we can find Millstone.
On our Facebook page, of course, and Instagram. Just look us up under Millstone Barbecue, and then on millstonebarbecue.com. And then you can find us, of course, with our phone number, 740-385-5341.
Right off 33. You can see you right from 33 when you come by.
We are, and we're right by the Holiday Inn, Baymont Inn, and surrounded by tons of cabins, so there's always a place to stay.
Fantastic. Mandy, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. It was good to have you guys back.
Well, one of my favorite haunts during the Halloween season is the Haunted Hoover. And we are back in Ashley with that again, talking to Brent Stutesbury about what's new this year. But I'm going to guarantee you one thing. You come up here, this is one of the most unique haunts you're going to find in Central Ohio. Well, Brent, good to have you and the Haunted Hoover back on the show.
Glad to be back.
You know what's amazing is we've been following you guys almost since the beginning. And this thing has just grown and grown and grown, and it's more fabulous every year we come up. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to find this year.
Well, we've grown, like you said, we have grown. We've done 5 more scenes again this year. 2 of them are walk-through scenes, 3 of them are actor interactive scenes. I think that everybody's going to find that the whole experience has been twisted a little bit. Our mazes are always altered every year. The things that you think you're going to find around the corner are different.
If you came last year, you're going to get a total different experience this year, right?
Yes. You'll think that you're heading into the same one, but when you turn that corner, it's totally different.
Tell us how this works. So you have the big buses and those kinds of things up front. So the person coming in, what do they do?
Well, when they come in, they think they're in just an empty parking lot. But when they get into one of these buses, the whole thing starts there. They're all blacked out. I can't tell you what's happening inside, but the action starts immediately when it leaves. It takes you to 2 different destinations. And in those destinations, you're going to meet the doctor. You're going to find everything from zombies to our experiments. It's a super soldier program, so we're all about the military. That's why everything's in green.
Brendan, it always makes someone wonder, how does someone get started doing this? What's the background?
Background, my wife in the school she taught at, they did this type of thing for kind of like a pep period or pep day, and it just grew from there. It's like, if they can do that at school, we can do that here. So I got with a really good friend of mine, and we ended up growing from there.
So if I'm coming up, what's the admission price to get in? Is there any kind of tickets that I can get ahead of people in line and all that stuff that's going on?
We do 2 different versions. We've got the regular version, $20 ticket. We've got the touch version, which we call Extreme or Dread, and that's a $35 ticket. The advantage of the $35 ticket, you also get in faster because the line is shorter. So it's not only is it a touch haunt for those people, but it's an expressway in.
And it's going to be an excellent time. I will guarantee that. Brent, it's so good to see you. Give us some contact information. Let's send some folks up here to enjoy the Haunted Hoover.
All right. Please contact us at hauntedhoorah.com or look at our Facebook page or check out Instagram. Thank you very much.
Fantastic, Brent. Thanks again for being on the show.
Thank you.
Well, look at the pumpkin pyramid. This is one of the things you're going to find here at Circle West Farm. Not to mention an outhouse in case you didn't grow up on a farm like me. But I got to tell you, whatever you do out here, you are going to enjoy a great day on the farm. We talked to Ethel Sullivan and learn more. Tell us what the people can expect here at Circle West this year.
Well, when they come to the farm, we take you on a hayride out to the pumpkin patch. You get to pick a pumpkin, whatever you want in the field, as long as you can carry it. We have the fun barn, which all the kids come for. We have the sunflower maze, corn maze, petting animals, have a cave over here for small kids. Of course, we always have the pumpkin donuts. We have a new pyramid this year. We even have a country outhouse for people who never grew up on the farm. It's kind of like farm history. So growing up on the farm, I try to bring things that people who live in the city never get to see.
Yeah. What do you think kids enjoy most at the farm?
Absolutely the fun barn. We have people sitting here under the trees for hours waiting on the kids to come out of the fun barn. And that's what I did as a kid growing up on the farm. And so that's what we have done. This is our 37th pumpkin year. So that's what we've done for all 37 years.
That's amazing. Now, you have a maze for kids, right? That's not like the big cornstalk one.
Yes, we have what's called the cave, and that's where little tiny children can run and their parents can watch them over the top, and it takes the pressure off of them when they want to go to the fun barn, but this is just for them, and we call it the cave.
You know, I was looking at the old tractor over there. So what's the story on that?
Well, I bought that one time. People want to take pictures of children on the tractor. And so they would put them on our real tractors, and we would go to take a hay ride, and the battery was dead, the lights were on, the key was on. So this way the kids have their own tractor that they can get on it. I believe it's a 44 Minneapolis Moline.
Well, there's plenty of photo ops here, no doubt about it. I know everything's freshly painted this year. Looks great. Got to get the family out here, right?
Well, I tell you, we open Thursday. We go 7 days a week, 9 in the morning till 7 at night. And it's a fun time for everybody. Make a memory, make a tradition.
Yeah, no question. Give us a phone number, Ethel, to get a hold of you here out on the farm, or a website we can check out.
Okay, our number here to schedule is 614-878-7980. And we have people here happy to take your reservation, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody down the farm this year.
And CircleWestFarms.com, right?
Yes. Thank you.
Fantastic. Ethel, thanks so much for being on the show. We talk about fall fun at Means Laner's Farm, and we are out there once again. They have a lot of new additions. They've got an American Native area, they've got a Pioneer area, and a Lego area. A lot of excitement out here and a lot of family fun. Well, Sean, good to have you back on Out and About Columbus and Laner's Farm. It's a great place.
Great to see you, Mike. Glad to have you back again this year.
So, kind of for the people who didn't see your segment last year, let's talk a little bit about what they're going to find here this year.
We've got a couple new additions that are going to be great. We're celebrating the history of our farm this year. So we've got a Native American and Pioneer area, kind of focusing on the early days of our farm.
This has got to be just a ton of fun. How many people go through here a year?
We just have thousands and thousands. On a Saturday or Sunday, we may have 4,000 to 5,000 people.
What's the age groups?
All ages. It's one of those 0 to 80. We have fun for everyone.
What's some of the new rides for kids? I saw the little tractors over there.
We've got a tire climbing area that I think is going to be a big hit. It's kind of like a giant sandbox. We've also got giant Legos, which are just going to be so cool. And that's in the barn, indoor play area. And then we've got some small pedal tractors, pedal carts that were a little track we built. So that's going to be a good time.
Yeah. What's behind me here? Is it a zip line or a swing line, or it's not like your traditional zip line?
Not quite like your traditional zip line at all. We've got a deck that you walk up and you climb on a swing where you sit and just hold on tight. And there's about 120 foot of runway there to swing and have a good time.
Yeah. Now behind us we got a corn maze. Did you cut this one in?
Yes, we did. Yep. We got to start early because you've got to get out there with the zero turn. Earlier in the spring, maybe when the corn's about 6-8 inches tall. We made the mistake of letting it get away from us, and a couple belts and a zero turn grunting later, we decided you got to stay with it.
Yeah,
keep cutting.
How hard is it? One in and one out? Is that it?
Oh yeah, there's some people that are going to be quite frustrated when they can't get out of this corn maze, and that's how we like it.
Yeah. I noticed you got the jumps too. What do they call those? The air pads the kids can jump on?
Oh yes, absolutely. We've got a giant jumpy pad. And so it's different than your typical bounce house. We've got larger people, adults, teenagers can get on there as well. And it's a good time.
Still got the animals up in the barn?
Oh, absolutely. And we have something special coming this year, a miniature cow called a zebu, Z-E-B-U. And he's about the size of a goat.
That sounds fantastic. Now, you got an event coming up where you have a Native American speaker, is that right?
Absolutely. We've got a lady that's, she's great. She's an expert on Native Americans, and she's going to come October 14th and 15th and actually set up an Indian village and speak about it. Yeah. So it's going to be quite interesting. We hope a lot of people will come and check that out.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Well, give us some contact information, your website, so folks can come out here and enjoy the farm.
Check us out at lanerpumpkins.com.
Fantastic. Sean, thanks so much for being on the show. Good to see you.
Appreciate it. Awesome.
Well, we had to stop by Orchard & Company. This is a regular place for us around this time of the year, and what a fantastic lineup they have for you as well. Whether you want to pick a pumpkin or some gourds, or maybe you just want to have the kids enjoy some of the great things, and they even got a smoker here. You can even try some great barbecue. We talked to John Scully and learn more. Well, John, good to have you and Orchard & Company back on the show.
Feels good to be back. Thank you.
Yeah, man, I tell you, this is a great place in Plain City to bring the kids. Tell us what all they're going to find this year.
Well, this year, obviously, we have pumpkins, but we have a lot of activity stuff for the kids and the family to do as a whole. We have zip lines, barrel train, jumping pillows, pedal cars, a huge tire mountain that they can run and slide on, climb on, a corn pit, hay barn, wagon rides, all kinds of stuff that they can enjoy the day on.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that's nice about this is bringing the kids out to the farm, letting them enjoy the fresh air, get away from the video games, right?
Right, yeah. And It's going to be beautiful. It's been a beautiful summer, beautiful fall so far. So get out and enjoy the weather.
Is there a particularly good time to come out, or are you crowded on the weekends, or what are your hours?
Hours are Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 6, and that will run through the end of October.
So, John, I see a ton of pumpkins here. What's that mean?
We've got a lot of good pumpkins. The pumpkins did really good this year. We have a couple different sizes. We have some monster jumbos, and we have even some small ones for the little guys. Tons of good gourds if you want to do some decorating. We just do it by size, so come out and pick whatever size fits your needs, and we'll get you hooked up.
Sounds great. Now, the Orchard Company is not only this, but you guys are also an event center as well, right?
Right. We do all kinds of corporate events, weddings, receptions, and ceremonies. We have all kinds of spots out there that people like to get married at.
Yeah. Now, you got a little restaurant inside, right?
Right. Yeah. All homemade food. It's all homemade recipes. We smoke all our own meats. All the baked goods are homemade. There's nothing
artificial.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Good down on the farm cooking, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw the smoker out back. I was wondering, was you smoking in it?
We do a lot of pork. Occasionally, we will do chickens and brisket. We try and do something a little bit unique every Sunday.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. Well, again, give us those hours, contact information, because I know a ton of people are going to want to come out here and enjoy the Orchard Company.
Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 6 through the end of October.
Okay. And your phone number and website?
It's theorchardandcompany.com. And if you need to call us, 614-306-1071.
Well, Mike, welcome back down to about Columbus. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me back, Mike.
You know, the product that you have from RoofMax, I understand that kind of went through a large testing time frame to kind of come up with how this was going to work. Is that true?
Absolutely. So we started a company, Roof Revivers, which is still in existence today, and that was the contracting arm of this, if you will. And as you've heard us talk about authorized dealers, of RoofMax dealers, we're going out to build a network of contractors nationally. So Roof Revivers is really, for all intents and purposes, an authorized dealer. They are a sister company. We founded that company, and again, it's going to continue on because we're going to continue to push this technology with our partners, Ohio State, Battelle, the Soy Association, right? So
how does Roof Revivers fit into this? What is their actual function?
They are an applicator. They're an authorized dealer. They're the ones that do these jobs, right, throughout Central Ohio. As earlier, I think in another show, well, when you had Tom on from St. Louis, okay, he's an authorized dealer in St. Louis, and so we've got dealers all over the place. So basically, RoofMax, or Roof Revivers, is just an authorized dealer of RoofMax.
In some of the past segments we talked about, they do some prep work, and there's some other things that happen before they even spray a roof, right?
Absolutely. So they just basically do a tune-up. We go up and do a general tune-up like you get done with your car. You know, rubber gaskets tend to dry out on the plumbing boots, where the venting of the gases through the home. So we put new rubber gaskets on. Just general maintenance, caulk the counter flashings, make sure everything's secure on the roof prior to treatment.
I understand we're going to get Jack in next week and talk to him a little bit about actually making the application, doing these things, right?
We wanted, obviously, to introduce RoofMax, what it is, what it does. There's only so much we can talk about there. So what we want to do with Roof Revivers, it's kind of the ounce of prevention series. You know, what can people do to protect their home? Not just the roof. You know, as roofers, we get calls when there's water that comes in a home. Sure. And that can be a disconnected downspout and a very inexpensive fix, or it can be a not so honest contractor coming out and selling you a $20,000 basement repair job that you don't need. So there's just a lot of things that we know that we want to kind of impart that information back to the consumer so that they're educated, which is important, right?
I'm sure our viewers will appreciate it. Mike, thanks so much for being on the show. Give us some contact information for Roof Revivers.
Roof Revivers is just roofrevivers.com. So roofrevivers.com. If you Google RoofMax as well, they're going to show up on the very first page because there's a lot of information on RoofMax on our Roof Revivers website. So yeah, just go there and you can give us a call, or you can fill out one of the opt-in forms, and we'll be happy to come out and take a look at your property.
Sounds great. Thanks so much, Mike, for being on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.